financial resources to provide surveys and control noxious weeds and smoke in their areas.
So this is, in essence, a contract or an agreement with the Department of Natural Resources to do work on, primarily we're going to be looking at in West End and Minnesota in cooperation with the National Park, including trying to support efforts to control some of the rivers. So I think that's mainly what that was about. And they, like I said, for we do this work,
Is it common for other agencies to contract with you and with our organization, or is this new?
we've done work with them before, and that's why they wanted to have us do it again. And they said, we have a little money, we've helped with our crews before, oversight, or hooked them up with a project that was already in action, so we said, can you guys do this stuff? I said, we need to work out the rest of this, what was going on there, so. Yes and no, I guess is the answer.
And how does taking on additional work like this impact your how does this build into the rest of your workflow?
So we have a seasonal crew that we hire over the summer, we budget for that. And that's usually doing Forest Service work. And this year we had a little less money as those funds go down. It's really hard to hire a seasonal crew and get them trained in for just a month of work. So what we're gonna do is right now we're just starting to switch to mountain work. And so they'll do more mountain work and less Forest Service work. So it's just kind of filling the gap that occurred, and then I can hire some more seasonals to make that happen. So we already budgeted for it. We were never really sure how that money's gonna play out. And so that's why it says we will add more if we didn't budget enough, but I think we have, so.
And again, it's reimbursable contract, so we get the money back after we've done the work and submitted the invoices.
But DNR's budget is what, $20,000 for the project?
For this particular thing, yes. We've actually had a more detailed program with them where we were, overseeing several WCC crews in different counties. They had us do this focal point. And so we were training, we were overseeing, laying out the projects, doing all those things. And so this is just another kind of iteration of that relationship that we established with them many years ago.
I know Jill Silver's got a program where she's doing some work on the West End. Actually, appreciate the opportunity for people to get a job. Is it the same folks or is it a different group of people that you're working with?
So this one is from aquatic land, so it's primarily in riparian areas. So the beauty of this money is that the knotweed money is only for knotweed. This, they can treat, if they find 10 square feet of something that's just invading an area, they can treat that too. It's not like you only use it for knotweed, which has been a little bit of a bugger for folks. It's like, well, there's just a little, why can't we get that? So, it's different. She's gonna be doing some of that work in different areas, but this is primarily a gap that has appeared in trying to help affiliates in their usual customary areas and where boundaries with the national park. We have a area that was been a no man's land that no one was taking jurisdiction for, and it needed some work. So that's why we put it in that area.
No, I appreciate your courage to step into no man's land because I understand administration is challenging.
We're all gonna be out there working together, and that's what's really cool, is being able to facilitate that coordinated teamwork versus, no, you can't step here, or it's like, let's just get the job done. So that's kind of where we'll bring some crew, we'll make it happen. So that's primarily what that's. Anybody else have a question?
I have another question. Knowing how many people in the county are sensitive to the use of herbicides and whatnot, how much ability do we have to announce ahead of time where you're going to be treating and at what time that, how much information can we get out ahead of time to keep people informed
So in a lot of cases, this isn't on public land. This is where we received a landowner wants us to take care of it on the property, and they bound these areas. And that's primarily why we've gotten involved, is because treating in a riparian area is really complicated. So we not making anybody do it. They send us a permission to come on their property and do the work. Or we're doing it on DNR land, so, there's all sorts of posting requirements that are, required with ag and under the permits that we use, so the answer's complicated. On someone's private land, we don't necessarily notify somebody else. They've asked us to come and take care of it for them right in a difficult area. So we post, in advance, the notice. There's a whole series of guidelines that we have to follow for anything but the idea is that if someone might come in contact with it, there's ways that they know and can avoid contact that might be adverse. So we always follow those posting requirements, and they're complicated. But on private property land, we're not exposing anybody else on someone's private property. I hope that answers
Yeah,
that.
You
This is a
post
little
on
bit
the
different from a roadside,
Right.
but yeah,
Yeah, you post on the site though, don't you?
absolutely.
You know, if I'm out there hunting or if I'm walking through that area, I'd be notified.
And most private property owners wouldn't like you walking on their property. So that's why we always call them saying we're coming out to your area, and we always ask for any special conditions, like close the gate if you're going through our, house or whatever. So we have, we notify them in advance when we're coming, so if they have any special concerns or other things they want us to know. We mark them all with a ribbon, please come and take care of those. So we're in contact with those landowners.
So the Department of Natural Resources provides funding which then can be used to benefit individual landowners?
This is a really interesting development that happened a number of years ago where they recognized the potential for these private lands to impact public lands. And so it really is where the landowner really couldn't do the treatment themselves. And so it's benefiting public lands because they're the source to contaminate all the public lands. And that's, legislature wrestled with that issue. And they realized that there's the impact of private on the public. So it's not benefiting the private landowner per se, it's benefiting public lands by ensuring that they don't become part of the problem.
Gotcha.
So you're right. Sounds weird, but
So you conducted a meeting last week in Forks. I wish I could have attended. Can you give us some feedback on
the Forks one went really well. We didn't have anyone that had particular concerns that we hadn't identified already. Got a lot of really interesting feedback. We conducted one in Squid as well, in Port Angeles, and Commissioner Osiris was able to do the Squid one. We'll be collating, we receive questions and we'll be writing written responses to those and getting those back out to people that ask for that information by email. We'll provide it to the commissioners, and I'll set up a date when we can come and brief you on the results as we've sifted through those evaluation forms. So a lot of really good discussions. We had about over 60 people attend the 3 workshops, which, not a huge turnout, but I think it was good, and we got good feedback, and we had lots of people there to discuss concerns and questions, and so we're always open. Or we'll be posting, I think, the third one we have got recorded, and we'll try and post that. The state did that, and we're hoping that there's a link that we can post so people can see what we presented, and we'll be putting up more information from those workshops on our website. So we'll be getting back to you with more information about how they went and see what our next steps will be.
Now, feedback from Forks for you is that people actually felt very comfortable. We could get a straight answer to a straight question. That.
And then I think our next item also.
Uses are in my line of consideration each Tuesday.
Do you need me to come to the Tuesday meeting for that commissioners meeting on Tuesday when this is?